Welcome.
Welcome back to the Dumbfounded Dipshits. Tonight's dipshits are Ryan Murphy and this guy Mike.
I almost did the intro instead of I said before we started, I said, Ryan, you do the intro today again, and I was ready to go into it. I was like, wow. Let me put my
Force of
Pokemon
habit.
card over here.
We are creatures of habit, Mike. Yeah, man.
So, welcome everyone out there who's in this
Yeah.
internet world. Wow, Mike.
If you didn't see us on the last episode, happy belated New Year. We had a New Year's episode last week.
We were
And
supposed to go live on Wednesday, but I caught the Black Plague, and I was basically in the bathroom from like 7 p.m. until like 1 a.m. maybe. I don't know what time I was in the bathroom for, but I definitely saw my phone and you're like, hey man, are we still going live? I completely forgot. And I'm like, not only did you forget, but I'm in the bathroom throwing up.
ooh, that's rough. And that was from a bug, or did you eat something fucked up?
I don't know. Oh, no, I do know. It was Target. I went to Target. My daughter got sick. My wife got sick. And then I got sick. It was very, very enjoyable.
Target's a petri dish.
It's a petri dish.
Yeah, I don't even go into Walmart anymore. I don't even go. I let them bring the shit out to me. Fuck that, man.
Oh, you do like pickup?
I do. I do a heavy fucking pickup.
A heavy pickup.
Heavy pickup.
So the employees hate you when they go drop stuff off. They're like, "What is this guy
Look,
fucking
I look
ordering?"
at it this way. I look at it this way. I'm sort of, creating a job, I guess. You know what I mean? And we're not
Multiple
the ones
jobs.
to do it. Multiple jobs, because somebody has to shop for us, and it's cheaper than Instacart, because Instacart fucking charges you, depending on where you live, up to like $50 for a fucking order. So they don't charge you anything. They have somebody who shops for you in the store and somebody who brings it out to your car. And when it's dumb hot down here in Florida, and you don't want to get out and load your car, it's pretty fucking convenient. So either way, it's sort of giving back to the economy if you think about it. And you don't really got to tip.
Back to the economy. Oh, I learned a very new skill. A new skill. I can't talk right now. I learned how to solder.
Like solder electrical stuff, or
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tedious. I learned how to do it somewhat. I'm sort of like I haven't done it in a while. I'm a little shitty at it. Oh, you're practicing. Oh, I see. That's that practice board that they give you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, I fucked around like with guitars and stuff like that before, and I fucked up soldering jobs and stuff like that. I had to get
it can be tedious. Like it's
I
not.
had to get somebody else to do it for me when I was 14. But
Oh,
I
well,
eventually learned.
I'm
how
not
to do it.
14. I'm 37, learning how to.
Yeah,
I feel fucking old every time I say how old I am. I don't feel 37. I feel like I'm 25. Be 25 forever. Fuck this.
Buddy, let's see how it gets when you're in your 40s.
Listen. The second I get in my 40s, I'm gonna be doing so many steroids and HGH that I'll go back to 25 years old anyway.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
I have a doctor. No.
I know it's expensive. Do you know? It's fucking. Listen. Trust me. I've looked into it. It is fucking crazy expensive to be a roided out old man because of well, number one, there's a cornucopia of drugs, and you also have to know the right ones to take for your age.
No,
and
you
what
don't have to
want.
know. You have to pay someone who knows.
Yeah, but you also should probably do your own research too, because you might get people who get like Frankenstein complex and want to turn you into a monster. So
Let's do it.
yeah.
Give it all to me. Come on, let's go.
I would love to be the fucking next Weapon X experiment, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to wake up with no memory in a fucking, in a liquid bath with fucking adamantium, like, all sort of bonded to my skeleton and shit. But adamantium I don't want to wake up with no memory of it.
Moving on. Our topics of the day are basically everything that's going on in current news.
Yeah, a lot of New Year's Day shit. Well, apparently, two things at the top of the header right there on the, if you could read that going across there. Jeremy Renner, Marvel
Who's the man?
guy, he seems like a pretty cool dude. Unfortunately, got out of his fucking snowplow and to talk to a relative on New Year's Day and it rolled over him and nearly crushed him to death. And he just narrowly escaped being fucking crushed to death, and got fucked up. And he
Yeah.
looks like he's doing well. He's just still in the hospital. He's all beat up, but I guess Hawkeye didn't see that coming, and fucking forgot to put the fucking plow in park, which is sort of pretty funny if you think about it. Being that he didn't die,
I
it's
mean,
funny.
that it happened to my grandfather actually. When he was using he has a tractor. He owned a tractor, and he was using his tractor to move gravel or ground or something,
Yeah.
and it rolled over him, and he broke.
Was this like the same as this? Because this looked like I have tank wheels, like the belt wheels.
No, this did not have belt
You know what I
wheels.
mean?
This was a track. This was like a tractor, normal
Like a
fucking.
tractor, like a John Deere
Yeah,
tractor.
exactly. I mean, he got fucked up bad. Yeah, he got fucked up bad. But I mean, Jeremy Renner is. I'm sure he's in somewhat of a decent shape. But my grandfather was an ex-bodybuilder, so he was in much better shape probably. But he was old.
But that thing still weighs like 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
No matter what, like what kind of shape you're in, like The Rock is gonna get fucked up and get rolled over by that thing. You know what I mean?
So on top of that, besides the Jeremy Renner thing,
we wish him well.
We wish him well.
I want to see him in season.
I think he's
2
doing
of
better.
Hawkeye.
I think he's doing much better. I think
He's alive. That's already.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
They could CGI everything else.
Well, is he alive? Are celebrities really alive? Are celebrities actually alive, or are they just empty shells?
Are they just soulless beings because they're souls with the devil? Is that what you're saying?
No. I didn't go there. I didn't go that far. But they might be lizard people.
I was just gonna say
They might be lizard people.
Do lizards have souls? You ever look at an iguana and wonder if this thing is really just if it's because it looks like it's thinking, but is it really thinking, or is it just soulless? Because you've never seen an iguana just outright just fall out of a tree.
But yes, you have.
In 50 no, have you?
No, I have not. But I've heard hilarious stories. Oh my! It kills people. People die from getting hit in the fucking head with a falling iguana in Florida. Like
the big ones, yes. But when you see these, because I pulled up next to a guy at work, and this thing slammed right on the hood of his pickup truck, and we were like, "What the fuck was that?" Early in the morning, the sun wasn't even up yet, but it was chilly out that night. We looked off into the grass. He had his high beams on. He looked off into the grass, and we see this thing just like on the ground with legs up, right? And you could see like maybe it was still alive, but it looked like its soul had. Maybe it didn't have one to begin with.
its soul left its building.
Left its body. That's it. You know what I mean? So, well, alligators have a soul.
And whoever's watching, in case you ever noticed, we have topics and we never stick to them because who wants to, you know?
Well, we start off with them, but then we end up spiraling out into other things.
We didn't start off with it. We never talked about the Dana White slap or the NFL Heartstopper yet, or even the murder. We said they caught the Moscow murderer allegedly, but
Moscow murderer. Well, so let's speak about the Dana White slap right now.
Okay, hold on. Can I say something? Can I just say something? I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second here. She probably deserved it. She probably deserved it. Should it have happened? Probably not.
Oh, it should never. He
ever
go
is
down like that.
Far bigger. Although she's his height, I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, but he was presumably he used the box, right? So somebody used the box, and he's got to have some sort of knowledge
he's
of
bigger than her,
fighting,
regardless.
Because he
weighs more than her. He's bigger than her.
Yes.
This is why, like.
And he's gotten pretty fit as of lately. He's lost a lot of weight, from what I understand.
I'm not justifying it because it's not justifiable, but this is why alcohol is another problem on itself. Sorry, Ryan, and the world out there. Because
I've never drunkenly hit a woman before.
Well, I'm not saying you did, but a lot of people probably have.
I've watched plenty of dudes hit women.
I don't think I've ever drunkenly hit a woman that didn't deserve it. No. No, I don't think I've ever drunkenly hit a woman. But what I was going to say is, there's a lot of cases of women getting drunkenly hit. And there's very few cases. There's very few cases of someone getting stoned hit. No, they're not getting. Well, stoned hit might be hit with a stone. That's more of a Saudi Arabia thing. I'm referring to smoking weed.
Palestine, you mean? Yeah.
I'm more referring to being fucking high as a kite. You don't get high, smoke weed, and go, I'm gonna go hit my girlfriend. Or if she's annoying you, you don't hit her.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely happens less often, for sure. I mean, I've seen people get into fistfights after they've smoked a blunt or smoked a joint.
Yes, but how much? It's not due. It's usually
But
not
it was
due
there
to.
already.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It
It's
didn't
not due
turn
to.
into a fight. These
Like
are
you
two
can
people
get
who are
drunk and
fighting
bump into
around.
someone and like, oh, what the fuck too, and you get into it. But if you're high and you bump into someone, you're both
Yeah.
high. You might be like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. It's all good, man.
I've definitely been there when I was smoking in a cypher with somebody, and one of the parties that I was with said, "Oh, there goes that motherfucker," and then charged after them.
Well,
Not because
you know,
they were high on weed,
no,
but
but
because
it's
they
that
had a
motherfucker.
vendetta.
There's always that motherfucker.
That motherfucker. But
There's
millions
always
of
a
times,
that motherfucker.
I've been out to bars, you've been out to bars, and we've definitely witnessed randos like slap their girlfriend outside, or get into a fight with another
Yo.
dude, or two girls get into fights.
A mutual friend of ours, watched a guy smack around his girlfriend outside of a bar. So he pushed the guy and almost started a fight with the guy. And the girl defended the guy. Was like, no, leave him alone. Don't hit him. I love him. And my friend's like, are you out of your fucking mind? He just punched you in the face.
But I think if you were to put this Dana White story together, let's just say all we got, right? All we got. I don't know if we could show the video.
We
but
can.
All we pretty
We can.
much,
Hold on.
Yeah, so let's show the video. But I think like what's out there is less than a minute long. If I'm not mistaken. They didn't get the whole like drama and altercation at this party, New Year's party, I believe. It was a New Year's party, right?
I just watched the video. I don't read the details, dude.
I think this happened on New. Well, I think I may have skimmed over some details, and I believe it happened at a New Year's party on New Year's Eve. And some bystander who was on the lower level on a dance floor
Hold on, pause. Some scumbags
getting all up in
on the lower level.
Yeah.
Yes, I did decorate the windowsill for the podcast. Why wouldn't I decorate the windowsill for the podcast? But Spider-Man's missing because Lena, my daughter, stole Spider-Man. There's usually a little Spider-Man.
I can't blame Lena for doing that because Spider-Man's dope, and I stole every Spider-Man toy that I had as a kid.
Fucking thieves.
I think
Thieves, all of you.
3/4 of them were stolen off of other people. I still have a stolen Spider-Man hanging from a rope in my garage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are we going to watch this video?
Yeah, let's see this.
New Year's Eve 2023 in Mexico, UFC President Dana White and his wife Anne brought it all in, but the celebration became physical. The video, obtained and published by TMZ, shows White grabbing his wife's wrist as she tries to walk away and Anne slapping him. Then White open hand slaps his significant other not just once, but twice.
I didn't know it was twice. I didn't see this whole thing.
He went in for a follow-up. The first slap hit. The second one sort of like you know.
Is there a better version of this? This is like lightened. This is horrible.
This looks like it was on a flip phone.
Horrible.
No, there's definitely a better version of it. But yeah, she slapped him first. That's for sure. I mean, he could have had a little bit more. He could have been more stoic about it and just not slapped her back. But you know, billionaires be billionairing. They got a whole different set of rules. I just marathoned Succession. Have you seen Succession on HBO?
So, I've seen a bunch of episodes. It's okay. It's kind of fucking boring.
I mean, listen.
Like, I don't care. I don't care about these rich white people.
No.
But,
I don't either. But
like,
it gives you a look because I think the producers like did enough research because I feel like what they did was they dissected 3 or 4 different. I think it's supposed to be like Rupert Murdoch from Fox News, right, and News Corp. It's supposed to be, I think, maybe like I don't know who was. It was like another family. I don't know. It was supposed to be like 3 different billionaire families, and they like. So it gives you the inner workings on why they have different rules. Like they do have different rules, and we witness this in the news every day.
I don't care though about these rich white people. I don't.
No, I know that, but we do
I-
right now because we're watching Dana White, who's a rich white man, slap his wife. So
No,
you do
but
care. And
no,
what
but
I'm
it's different.
trying to say
I'm
is-
invested in the UFC.
Yes.
That's the difference. Is I'm
Yes. So what I'm saying is, right? There's a different set of rules for a billionaire. He's not even going to see any sort of legalities based on this at all.
well, she's not gonna press charges.
And she's not. But the thing is, like, if this were in a trailer park or a project building, it would be a different fucking story.
I mean, I don't think she's pressing charges either if they live in a trailer park.
But the cops are showing up, though. Either way, even nobody presses charges, the cops are showing up.
Oh, if it's video recorded, probably.
For sure. For shit, sure.
For shit and sure.
But what do you think of Dana's form? Does it look like he's been practicing a little bit?
I mean,
Do you think he's been
didn't they
watching
cancel his
product?
slap show because of the slap?
That's what I was gonna say next.
Didn't they-
Because I've been getting promos on my phone.
Yeah.
For it.
And I just want to say,
So-
watching those slap competitions, it's like one of the I read the comments, and one of the comments was great. It said, "Oh, this is for those who cannot actually fight in UFC or MMA or
But have a good
boxing,
swing, or have
but
a
can
good
slap
swing.
someone."
Yeah, but can slap someone. Yeah. I thought this,
And like,
my spin on this was this is the best promotion for that slap fighting promotion. I said promotion.
you know
like-
what? If he was smart, and he made up with his wife, and they rekindled whatever nonsense they fucking went through, he would come out and go that we were just shooting a promo. It was a fake slap. We were shooting a promo for the new show.
That's genius.
Yeah.
And I doubt that. Speaking about rekindling, you know, like their relationship, I doubt that she had to look at her bank statement longer than 3 seconds before she was like, "All right, fine, you can slap me twice."
Wow. So you're saying it's
Yeah,
all
I mean-
about the money?
I mean, that's a big part of it. Listen, you know, it is what it is. I mean, look at it this way: Jay-Z and Beyonce are a power couple, right?
They are?
Yes. And, you know, whatever, they got this Illuminati thing, everybody thinks they're Illuminati. Them together,
Wait, they're Illuminati?
well, I mean, there's the rumors that they're the Illuminati. But
So
anyway,
you're confirming the rumors are true. They're Illuminati.
I don't know for true. I don't know
Oh,
who's in
okay.
the Illuminati. I can't say for sure who is. But I hear people say that they're in the Illuminati. But my point is that they are, together, a huge moneymaker. Their dual income is enormous. So Jay-Z was willing to take a couple of slaps from her sister Solange in that elevator a few years back, because breaking up with Beyonce wouldn't be in his best financial interest. It would be a bad idea.
No, but I think his net worth is like double hers.
It might be, but the thing is that I think they have their shit together in some, like, they have businesses that they're both involved with.
His
I
net
mean, I
worth
think-
is 1.3 billion.
So $1,300,000,000 is his net
Her
worth.
net
but-
worth is 500 million.
So together they're close to 2 billion,
Mhm.
right? 500 million isn't chump change, and that's a divorce that a billionaire
Oh, wow.
who is 1 billion wants to get involved with.
You want to hear something
That's my
crazy?
point. What?
Rihanna's net worth is
Oh, she's-
1.8 billion.
Yeah.
Holy
she's
shit.
I think she's like the richest female entertainer in the world.
How?
I think because I think she has signed a lot of deals. Okay, this isn't just from the music. Her songs, because I think she has the rights to her
Well,
songs, are licensed in a whole shitload of commercials. That's number one. Number two, I think she has companies and financial stake in like
Everything?
cosmetic companies and a whole bunch of shit. She has alcohol, which is huge now with celebrities. Like, coming up with your own spirit is huge. Or investing in something that has your name or has your brand on it as far as alcohol and liquor goes is huge. And I think she she checked all the boxes as far as like what and somebody who has assets should do. That, and where's she from? She's from like Barbados, right? So she probably has a lot of her money She doesn't get offshore, so she doesn't get taxed like most American citizens do. But she's also involved in a lot of shit. Like, she's literally tied up with a whole bunch of stuff.
And she's married to what's his face? That friggin' ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky. But she's also like probably one of the richest stoners on the planet. I think, right? It's gotta be.
I think so. I mean,
who is the richest? This is something for dumbfounded dipshits, and especially for you, Mike. That should be one of our questions, and that should definitely be an episode, or we could do it now. We could do it live, Mike.
what are we doing?
The richest stoners in the world. Who are the richest stoners in the world? Elon Musk smoking that one
One
blunt on
we
Rogan does
should-
not count. That's not a stoner. I mean,
We should
somebody
know
who
this. We should know this
smokes
already.
weed all the time. Like
Okay,
Rihanna
this
smokes
is-
weed
No,
24/7.
no, hold on. She does?
Well, she was before she got pregnant. I think she just had a kid.
Okay. That's it? I thought he was worth more money than that.
Who's that?
Bill Maher.
Bill Maher?
Yeah.
How about,
Because Bill Maher is Lady Gaga.
is she a notorious stoner?
Yes. Net worth. Let's see her net worth. That's it. 320 million.
That's not all that much. I want billionaire stoners.
So it might be
Rihanna's-
Rihanna. But
might
who knows
be.
if she still smokes? But
Let's see. All right. Let's see somebody Hollywood, right? Like somebody who is an open pothead.
Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen net worth.
Yeah, I feel like he might be maybe
But
100 million.
he produces, so you know. Oh, you were dead on.
Oh,
It's 80 million.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to move the mic out of the way,
I don't
but
know.
probably didn't get out of the way in
Think,
time.
Like, who else? I mean, okay, Cheech and Chong actually, they have come back in the last like maybe 10 years and have partnered on a lot of things.
So 30 million.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, because I know they have a brand now that they they do a lot of TikToks and shit together. They're back in their whole comedic group.
Well, they
Joe
talk
Rogan,
like yeah.
Joe Rogan is worth what, like 300 million, 400 million,
Let's see.
and he's a notorious stoner.
120 million.
120 million. That's how much
Yeah.
he's worth.
That's his net worth. Yes.
His net worth. His net worth means what he has in liquid assets, right?
Yes.
He's definitely got like cumulatively more than that. And Rihanna, her liquid assets are 1.8 billion. She's almost
Yes.
2 billion.
Yes.
Who the fuck else is there that's a notorious stoner? Rich. Filthy fucking rich.
See, I thought Bill Maher was worth more money because doesn't he own a baseball team?
Yeah, a minor league team. That doesn't mean shit though.
I thought he owns the Mets.
Bill Maher? No, he
Not
doesn't own
single,
that.
not him by himself, but he's one of the
No, the sole owner. There are like, no. He made no. Steve Cohen is the owner of the Mets.
But didn't he sell it, or when did he get it?
Steve Cohen bought the Mets 3 years ago.
Okay, but I'm saying before he bought the Mets, who owned the Mets?
Wilpons. The Wilpon brothers.
I agree.
There may have been other. There may have been. There may have been.
I hate baseball.
I love baseball. Baseball.
Yeah,
is fun. I love baseball because I'm an American. I bleed red, white, and blue. I'm a fucking patriot. But I understand how people can think it's
He
boring.
did.
You know,
See,
it takes a certain kind of intellect.
a decade ago, no, not intellect. If you like to drink and sit around and do nothing and yell for no reason, while fat guys swing at a ball.
Fat guys.
Yes, that's the original sport. The original sport. Now it's juice
You're
heads.
talking about 150
Now
years
juice
ago.
heads swing at a ball. They don't have real skills in life, so they just lift weights as much as they can and swing a bat and get paid lots of money.
And sounds like jealousy.
No,
Sounds like jealousy.
no, not at all, not at all. No, I wouldn't want it.
No?
Jealousy would mean I wish I had that position. No, I don't want that position. I mean,
No, not jealous that it could be that easy to make $30 million.
no, I don't even know enough about baseball and their salaries. I don't, I just find it boring. Like, hockey's a sport.
Yeah, okay. Name me one hockey player.
Wayne Gretzky.
No, one
Eric
active
Lindros.
hockey player. One active hockey player.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, you don't like hockey, Mike.
I can't name one active baseball player. I can't
You
name.
don't like baseball.
I can't. Well, okay. I like the sport of hockey. I don't like watching hockey. I used to play hockey. I used to have season tickets to the Rangers.
Okay.
I've had season tickets to the Rangers for years.
But it's not so enticing for you to keep following.
No, none of it is because I have a life, No, I'm kidding. It's just, I don't know. It just, I can't invest that much time in that anymore.
We understand. And we get it. I know. Sometimes you like, I can't watch all the sports either. That's why I only watch baseball. I sort of keep up on football, and I watch MMA, and that's it. Like, in MMA is, I mean, that all-encompassing just fight sports. Because it seems like everything's bleeding.
Well, that's the problem now. Like, look, I used to
fight sports,
I used to pay attention to baseball. I used to pay attention to football. I used to pay attention to hockey. I can't name one active hockey player. That is hilariously true because I have no idea. I stopped watching hockey when they took out the fighting. They brought it back eventually.
Yeah, there's fighting. They still fight.
But they took it out and they tried to redo the sport is when I stopped watching it. And I stopped going to Ranger games because my father and I stopped getting season tickets to the Rangers. He moved to Florida, and it became. He was a Devils fan, so he would only go to the Devils versus the Rangers games, and I would go to the Rangers games.
Yeah, I just sports are sports. It's like
I think they're just there to distract us while the world sucks around you and the government rips you off. Let's throw some sports at them.
That's what the gladiator games and stuff like that.
Exactly what
it was to get everybody's mind off of the conquests of the empire. So, and that's cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, like, hey, listen, I hear there's a great correlation with people who like sucking dicks and don't like baseball. Like, there's a lot.
Wait, a great correlation of what? Guys who like sucking dick and don't like baseball.
Yeah, there's not. No, but I'm just saying, like, all joking aside, though, but, yeah, I mean, sports are sports, and Dana invented he claims he invented the slapping game in the Russians, actually. It's a big thing in Russia, the slap league. And it sort of bled over here, and he tried to, bring it over, and maybe they're canceling that. I think it's the best promotion for it. It's him slapping his wife in public just to show how much he loves slapping. And he slapped her twice. He didn't just slap her once.
You know what?
He slapped her twice.
You know what's a real sport? Soccer. That's a real sport.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I'm clearly trolling you because we just did an episode about soccer sucking.
Soccer fucking sucks.
So, back to the Moscow murders. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you like? So they caught him because of a fingerprint.
Have you been reading up about this?
Yes, we talked about it a little bit last time, I think, too.
Fingerprint, yes.
Yes.
But we didn't go into depth. We just said that they caught him, and we didn't really know like all the details.
So his fingerprint was on the knife, the sheath. That's what it's called, of the knife that was used. Yeah. One of the roommates saw him and froze. Allegedly, yes. They saw him so then they didn't see him. Excuse me. They saw a masked person in the house.
Of his build.
Froze, and he allegedly walked past her and left.
She locked the doors, and he left
after.
Yes. And she didn't call the cops
until 8 hours later. Wasn't it 8 hours?
4 in the morning this happened. Yes. This happened at 4 in the morning, and then
8 hours later.
Call the cops until 8 hours later.
What, you go back to sleep and sleep it off? Like, I don't get it.
I don't fucking know. I don't know. See, that's still what we don't know. Was she terrified? She had a cell phone. She could have fucking, called the other roommates. She said she heard a scream, you know, and she heard a thump,
Well, she heard crying or something too.
crying. Yes.
Like something doesn't make sense.
They found his DNA there,
Yes.
and they stalked the dad until the dad threw out like a coffee cup or something, and then ran his DNA and got him on ancestral DNA. And he was a graduate student, I guess, in criminology,
Yeah.
going to school close by, and he was
Yeah.
familiar with the house and had been there at least a dozen times.
His cell phone pinged there over 30 times in the past like days adding up to leading up to the murders.
But he, like I said, I think I may have said this. There was a whole bunch of people, right? And I've been saying this because of something they said on the news, that this place was a party house. And I was like, and they said there was a whole bunch of people who knew how to get in and out. I was like, this is definitely somebody who was at a house party a whole shitload of times, and somebody who's like obsessed with stalking. And I don't mean like obsessed with one person, but obsessed with like the idea of hunting people. And this guy fits the fucking profile because he's like obsessed with what he was going to school for, with criminology.
Yeah, 100%.
And yeah. So, which is crazy. You know what I mean? It's sort of nuts how like there's still, you know, they said like the serial killer's a dying breed. I don't fucking think so.
Yeah,
I think there's still a whole bunch
allegedly
of them out there.
he studied books known as books titled "The Mind of a Murderer" and "How to Catch a Killer."
Yeah. But he fucked up. Obviously, he didn't take any of his own fucking advice. 'Cause they
Well,
fucking
yeah, I
caught
mean,
him on DNA.
listen, I'm glad they did, but at the same time, if you like, you did all that planning and one little thing to fuck it up.
I
They
think
were-
if he got away with this, let's just say he
would've
didn't
did it
drop any
again?
DNA there, he would have totally did it again.
Wasn't there a movie that was, what was it called? It was with Sandra Bullock. It was a murder mystery. It was actually a pretty good one. Oh, that's Ryan Gosling's in it.
Oh, fuck.
It's young Ryan Gosling. Not young, but younger.
Yes, and he plays a psycho. Hold on. a
Yes.
second. Let's see.
Murder by Numbers.
Murder by Numbers.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Yeah. I got it right here. Yeah, Murder by Numbers. That was, I mean, look at it this way. Like, it's like, it may not have happened right away. I guarantee you, he wouldn't have pulled another thing like this until after he graduated. He would have gotten his PhD in criminology, and he would have waited until he was teaching classes, and then he probably would have murked somebody in the school that he was teaching at. But they caught him. They also got him on the car, and they pulled him over. And when the cop pulled him over somewhere, I can't remember. I think he was
Pennsylvania,
driving east.
right? He was in Pennsylvania or
Somewhere.
something, I think, when he got pulled over.
He got pulled over, and he was talking to the cop about a mass shooting that happened. So he was like already like he was sort of, you know, like greasing the cop up and being like, yeah, I go to school for criminology and all that shit. And they were talking about a mass shooting. So this guy was obsessed with fucking crime and murder, and he fulfilled his fantasy by doing that shit. What is that called? What? Papaya. Does it taste fruity?
Yeah, I wish there was like Google smell.
Does it have that? What do they call like? What is that part about fucking about
Fuck's the light.
Mary Jane? That fucking
Terps.
tarps.
Terps.
Terpenes.
Yes. Yes.
Terpenes.
Yes. This is yes.
And that's why when you get like the lemon this or the orange that, like they usually have a little bit more of that citrusy fucking.
Well, it does terpenes
more terpenes.
doesn't mean it's citrusy. It's just more of the taste or flavor of that plant. So if the terpene profile is more towards the citrusy, it's going to be more citrusy. If it's more towards like I have something called Elmer's glue, and it smells like straight gasoline. Because the terp profile for that is gasoline.
Yeah, but why would they call Elmer's glue? Why wouldn't they just call it gasoline?
Because it's based on the strain that they pressed. Elmer's glue is in the Gorilla Glue family.
Oh, Gorilla Glue. I remember that. I remember Gorilla Glue. I remember the strains before they got all hybridized, when there was just like one strain.
Don't sound like an old stoner. Don't do it.
Why?
I said
mean,
the other day, and I was like, I sound like an old man. I remember when it was just sour diesel, and the Dro was just called Dro. You didn't know what it was, but it was just Dro. Or there was the Lemon Haze, or the Platinum Kush, or the OG.
I could tell you the year. I could tell you the year that I remember there being more than 3 varieties going around, right? And I want to say it was like 2003, 2004, because before that, like you just said, Dro is Dro, but sometimes you got dark Dro, like purple Dro, and then sometimes you got very, very light green Dro. But they were all hydroponically grown, and no one would tell you because people just got them in such bulk and from the shadiest of fucking places that through the pipeline, it got passed by so many different people that nobody remembered what fucking strain it was. But if you went to California or Mexico, wherever the fuck it was grown, they could tell you what strain it was. Or if you actually knew a stoner who was into all that fucking botany and shit, they could tell you just by looking at it what it was.
I
And
remember.
every once in a while you come across.
What do you remember what those 3 strains were?
Okay, there was obviously there was. Wait, hold on a second. There was some Kush. There was Kush. There was not maybe it was grape or blueberry something. Maybe it was purple haze. It might have been. And I mean, everyone called it chronic, but the thing is, it could have been something else too. That was like.
I remember the first time I had a choice was this guy. His name was Jesus, but it wasn't really his name. He just had long hair and was tall and skinny. He looked like Jesus.
Or Blue Dream. Maybe Blue Dream was
Blue
one.
Dream might not have been around that long
later.
ago.
That was
yeah.
later. That was like 2008 maybe.
But you would call him and you would say, I want 3 for $50, which is 320 bags for $50.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot of weed now. Like nowadays.
3 grams. It's 1/8, less than an eighth.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like it's a waste of money now. Now you get an
Yeah.
eighth for like $30 to $50 basically. But so you 3 for 50, and he would have Haze, Uptown Haze, Sour Diesel, and OG Kush.
Sour diesel.
You have that's the light green lime green shit.
Yes, that was sour diesel. Yes. And all that stuff came from Uptown. It was all out of Harlem. Everybody who got the best weed, because if you got weed that wasn't from Harlem, it was usually compressed dirt Mexican weed with mad seeds in it. And you always had to bitch out a friend and be like, all right, you're breaking up
That
and
Uptown
de-seeding
Haze,
this
bro.
whole fucking ounce. And somebody would be over the ounce, no grinder, because you'd be so ghetto that you wouldn't even have a grinder. Although
Well, you don't want to grind seeds anyway, so
No.
you couldn't.
You pick them all out before you even put it in the fucking grinder. And I remember I had a friend who had a machine grinder, and he brought it to my apartment and left it there in like 2002. And I had this machine grinder for like a year. It was the best. And you like poured this thing in, and you just fucking.
Do you remember?
I got lazy, and I would just throw seeds in and just let it like a firecracker.
Do you remember the Jamaicans and West Indian guys? They would have the chocolates.
Yes.
It was
but
just
it's bullshit because it wasn't. It was supposed to be some sort of bastardized high stick.
But
like
it wasn't.
Old school, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah.
I want to see if that's actually chocolates strain. I don't think it's an actual.
I remember getting High Time magazine and looking at all the fucking like cannabis cup strands and the Jack Herreras, all the new Jack Herreras that came out every year. And you were like, I wish I could get that. And the only time you could actually smoke that is if you went out to fucking Amsterdam.
I remember getting real Jack Herrera, but that was later on. I remember that I used to love Jack Herrera, and then I don't know. It's
every year was a different strand. This guy Jack Herrera would have a different strand, right? Isn't that how it went?
No, I think it was just one. Jack Herrera is just one strand.
But they would do something to it every year, like every year.
Well, because every time you grow it in different places and different. Everything.
They would do something different.
Yeah.
And they would do it in different environments, or they would crossbreed it and make a hybrid.
I never actually saw the man's face. Here, I'm going to show you Jack Herrera.
Let's see what he looks like. Does he look like is he the richest stoner in the world?
No.
Hey, yo. Guy's definitely a stoner.
And that's exactly what it looked like. I remember that.
That's what Sour Diesel used to look like.
No, this is the Jack Herrera.
Oh, Jack Herrera. Okay.
Sour Diesel, you'll know it. You'll see that green. There's that green.
Right. Yeah.
It looks very similar to the Jack, but it's more fluffy, I think.
That's more fluffy. It's got more ridges.
Yeah, sour's a good strain.
Such a beautiful. I can look at weed all day, dude. I can look at weed all day. one of the saddest things. One of the saddest things was when we had to leave Vegas and we left like a pile of 2 ounces of broken up weed.
Yeah, but it wasn't that good in Vegas, was it?
Nah.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, we got literally what we left there. I think what everyone took home was like sort of like the better, higher end shit because everybody left with something for themselves that we got from fucking that place, the Reef, right?
Yes, Reef.
Yeah, but what that was the bulk that we bought for everybody at the party to just smoke 10 people up on, and we just didn't get through it because we were all out of the house the whole time.
But, so my complaint about the weed in Vegas was it was really dry. And it was super expensive compared to other cities and states. And like, I remember before my bachelor party, I was home, and I bought an eighth of sour tangy, which cost me $35. In Vegas, the eighth of sour tangy was $50 plus taxes.
Yeah.
Came out to 67 or 65 or 63, some random number.
I think that's leveled out though, because the thing is, their supply has gotten a lot greater. And when we went, wasn't that just weeks after they legalized it?
Months, 8 months, 6 months, but still not enough time.
No, I mean,
it takes
not weeks after they legalized it, but weeks after everyone opened up their dispensaries. Like I remember they made it legal for recreational use, but their dispensaries.
Vegas, I think, opened the fastest too.
Did they open them up in Massachusetts yet?
I think so, yes.
Because that took a long time. Didn't that take almost 2 years before fucking people could get their licenses and shit?
Yes, it did. Let's see. So the first dispensary opened on July 1st, 2017.
And when did we go?
I don't remember.
We went July 7th.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Your bachelor party was around UFC, and it was July 7th, 8th, 9th, and then the 10th, I think we flew back.
Wow.
Yeah, because July 4th, I was in San Diego, and 2 days later, I drove to Vegas from San Diego to meet you guys.
Oh, I remember that. That was gangster.
That was July 6th. So we were there buying weed less than a week after they opened up the dispensaries in Vegas.
I got bad news for you.
That's why.
I got bad news for you. That was 2018, not 17.
2018. Wait, that was 17 then?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
So,
the original date that you said was July 1st, 2017.
Oh, wait. Hold on. So, what UFC fight did we put money on and win? What did that? Daniel Cormier versus Stipe Miocic.
Yeah, he knocked him out.
That fight was July 7th, 2018. The dispensaries opened July 1st, 2017. So it was a full year and 6 days.
So
Sorry.
Maybe they were overpriced then.
No, it was the beginning of it still. A year isn't enough time to go premium and get everything together. Cali has it down to a science because they've been open for so long and they've had this business for so long.
Already, right?
Like when I went there last time, I used all delivery services basically. I barely had to go to a shop. I found all these amazing delivery services. They had Uber app like things, situations, and it was
that's
amazing.
Because of COVID. They had to. All the dispensaries had to close.
Well, New York's gonna do it too now. They're gonna have delivery services too, which is actually kind of fucking awesome. But I'm waiting for them to have live rosin because they don't have any good hash here yet.
There's this place called, what the fuck is it called? 710 Labs?
Yes, dude.
In Florida?
Dude.
Yes. In Miami. And I believe...
What does that say? What does that say?
Yes. There you go.
710 Labs. I have a lot of their products.
So 710 Labs, I believe, because they give you a limit. Medical marijuana gives you a limit every month. Right? So you're allowed smokable flower 2.5 ounces per month to buy. And the limits change with edibles, and so you could go like, I could buy an ounce a month of flower or an ounce and a half, and then with that other ounce, I could just get that in equivalent to edibles.
Yeah.
Or oils or tinctures.
Yeah.
Or live rosin, right? And I think the live rosin, they actually allow you something like 7 grams or something.
Yeah. It's a quarter.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Think that's the same thing Callie does. Callie does 7 grams per day.
Yeah, but you could buy per day. You could buy. I mean, per month. There's no limit per month. To like what you could buy.
See,
rack.
here's the thing. When I was in Cali, I thought the limit was 7 grams per day, and that's it. It's 7 grams per day per shop.
So you could go to 7
So I can go to 7 different shops and get 7
49
bars.
grams. Yeah.
Exactly.
Alright.
Which was I didn't.
That's a lot of dabs, bro.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know, so I didn't get that many. I only left Cali with 7. I left Cali with the legal limit. But is it enough? I still have some left. I'm still smoking. This is from my trip. It's Ghost Hulk. I can't talk.
So I think a friend of ours is coming down to Florida in March, and we're gonna take a trip down to 710 Labs, and we're gonna see what that live rosin's all about.
Yeah, I mean it's.
Yeah.
Another mutual friend of ours will tell you it's severely overrated because it's like designer.
Yes.
So like that this shit was $90 a gram or $80 a gram, and it doesn't go any lower than that. I found another company called Papa Select. In the dispensaries, Papa Select is $70 to $80, but if you could buy directly from them, it's like $60 plus 30% off.
There's no markup. There's no
Yeah,
markup.
none.
Yeah.
So
they give it to you for
710
cost.
is expensive even from 710. It's like kind of crazy because it's designer. It's good though. Like I was watching. I was in a fellow YouTuber's channel called Slothy Heads, bunch of stoners. You checked them out.
Shout out to Slothy Heads.
And I was talking to him about my trip to Cali, and I told him I bought this much oil and I spent this much money for the oil. And he's like, "You're out of your mind. You got to grow your own, press your own, or you have to understand that. Come out to Colorado. I'll give you spots that have fire for dirt cheap. No one should be paying that much for rosin. You got ripped off." Then someone in the chat, who's I guess their personal friends, was like, "No, but Cali has some legit brands. Yeah, they have 710 Labs. They have Papa Select." I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I bought. I didn't get ripped off. I bought top tier."
Yeah. Have you tried any of the Joey Diaz fucking edibles or?
No, I gotta check those out.
Yeah, I don't know who carries them, but I know he's close by to you. I know that's they have in Jersey. Bullshit. I don't know how we went from murdering fucking college students to fucking weed. I like the way the direction of this conversation went, but how did we segue into that?
Listen, I don't know.
I don't know. Do you think that football player whose heart stopped smoked a lot of weed?
Listen, they say
I know a lot of football players are smoking mad weed nowadays.
they say well because they finally can, which they should be allowed to, I think. But they say smoking weed can up your chance of having a heart attack, but it's the same effect as going for a jog. If you go for a jog, you up your chance of having a heart attack because your heart's going to start racing. Weed has the same effect. So, you know,
I like taking a nice walk while I'm high, though. I don't even realize how long you've been walking for.
I used to love doing jiu-jitsu while I was high.
Yeah, well,
I used to love it.
That's very common. That's a lot of.
Well, there's a thing called high rollers on YouTube, or it's where like some of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners smoke weed together and then roll together. Now, listen, what I noticed when I rolled high is that my brain just slowed down more. So I can think more, if that makes sense. While something, because like if you're able
to fit more thoughts into the second.
If you've never practiced jiu-jitsu, you won't understand this. But it's like chess. There's things you do that have to counteract what they do, but they're also counteracting the thing you did. So it's like a battle of chess, and each move matters. And when I felt like when I was stoned, you slowed down a little bit, not physically, but like you were able to see things better. Not all the time. Sometimes you smoke the wrong strain and you're just obliterated, and all of a sudden your back's taken and you're being choked out, and you're like, "How is this happening?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm not also heart beating. I'm like tapping out also.
Yeah, no, I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
I fucked up.
I remember I kept telling a guy I was training with this person, and I'm like, "We're gonna start in this is gonna sound so gay, I guess, but no homo because it's jiu-jitsu. We're gonna start with you having back control." And he's like, Why? Why are you gonna start in the worst position? I was like, because I suck at defending my back and I want to get better at it.
You want to improve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I improved really. No, I did.
Not that time.
Well, I should have asked a purple belt to do that. That was a stupid, idea.
Yeah.
But that's how you get better. Anyway, so he survived, right? He didn't die. The NFL player.
No, he's alive. He's like recovering in I guess like the cardiac wing of like whatever hospital he was in Cincinnati, and he's speaking. They took him off the ventilator and everything. They taking pictures, giving.
What team was he on? He was on the Bills. Ooh.
Buffalo Bills. Yeah, he
Jesus.
was like safety. Yeah, so he was on the
safety.
Yeah, he was a defensive player. So and what's crazy was he tackled that fucking dude and got up.
Yeah.
And then collapsed. And then what they're saying is what happened. Now, what makes this thing fucking so crazy is that really in football, the worst thing that you really got to worry about is head injuries and CTE and back injuries, right?
Concussions.
But what happens is this can happen in a fight, actually. If you get hit in the chest, and he took the guy down, and the guy's shoulder hit him in the chest. If you get hit in the chest at the right time, like the 5-finger death punch, right? Like, you get hit in the chest at the right time, at the right time of a heartbeat, it will stop your heart. There's a heart hack, which in between the rhythm of it's a hack. It's in between the rhythm of when the fucking the actual muscle in your heart is in mid pump, that you could sort of like put a stick in the spoke of the tire, and it won't repump, and it'll just get stuck. It'll stall. You'll stall a heart, and you'll have a heart attack because of it.
I want to see.
I don't know.
I want to see if I could. I know. I just want to see if it's. Sorry,
What is it called?
I don't have.
It's called-
No. I don't have an answer to you. I just have lots of weird links on how to stop a heart attack in its tracks. That doesn't help us.
No.
Stall and heart disease. No. What does it mean
No,
when your
put-
heart skips a beat? What do you want me to put?
Put in the NFL player's name and heart, like how so and so's heart stopped. What was his name? He was number 3. I think. Damar
Yeah. Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin. How did Damar Hamlin's heart stop? And it'll tell you it's like some sort of blah 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 arrhythmia.
It would help if I could fucking type right now.
You went to that live, Rob.
Whew. Alright, I'm gonna share this and you're gonna have to read because I'm too fucking stoned.
Oh, I will read. Let's see. Maybe if he smoked his Wheaties, he didn't have to. Damar Hamlin safety, the Buffalo Bills collapsed on the field during a Monday Night Football game. One of the most watched games of the fucking year, too, against these two teams.
There's your
Let's
word.
see.
There's your word.
Yeah. Comadio cordis. What is comadio cordis? Comadio cordis can happen to a person with a normal heart and occurs when a blunt trauma to a person's chest, often while playing sports, leads to cardiac arrest, where the heart stops pumping blood. Comadio cordis typically occurs in children and adolescents, because I guess they're probably a little more frail, which is like crazy, because this guy's like a football player who gets hit all the time. The impact needs to be forceful and occur at a very particular moment in the heart's electrical cycle. Like I said, it has to happen at the right fucking time.
Wow, you were dead on,
When this
bro.
happens, dude, normally well-organized electrical signals that control the heart become chaotic. So it's like you get hit and your heart just it gets spastic. Like your heart just starts seizing. So your heart has a seizure, essentially, I guess. The uncontrollable electric pulses cause the heart, and in particular the large blood pumping chambers, like I said, like it just stops the fucking rhythm of it, called the ventricles, to which the spasm in what is known as ventricular fibrillation. So it's like a defibrillator, right? Will, like, I guess,
Yeah.
start your heart back up because it stops the jam, that little jam for these fucking flaps. Because I guess like the ventricles and the chambers, right? Because there's like 4 chambers of the heart. There are like flaps in between that let the blood go in, and then another one pushes the blood out. So like the fucking muscle does an out. So there's only one way into one, and one way out of one, and one way into one, and one way out to the artery. And what this does is it just stops that flap from fucking moving, and it just gets like, it has like a Charlie horse in your fucking heart. So you could punch somebody essentially in the chest hard enough at the right time, and you could stop their fucking heart.
The 5-finger death punch, man.
Yeah, and I think that's what the fucking kung fu guys knew even way back then. You know what I mean? There is some movie, and it's not Kill Bill, because Kill Bill, it's like some other shit where she like hits him in 4 different places. And I think it was some sort of like made overseas, like it was an Asian film where the guy's looking at the person's wrist, right? And you can see the pump, and he punches the guy in the chest and it kills him. Like he knew at what time to punch him by his heartbeat. You know what I mean? So I guess it's like a real
Yeah, I'm
thing.
looking for it to see if that's. I don't remember what movie it is, but I know what you're talking about. It's not the 5 Deadly Venoms, right?
I don't think so. I think I would have remembered if it was that movie.
Ooh.
It was like the Return of the 5 Deadly Venoms. Might have been one of the sequels. But,
Okay,
yeah,
Kill Bill
that's-
comes up. I don't care about that. Touch of
That is,
Death.
even still, this thing is so fucking crazy that I think that they say like it's very unlikely that something like that could happen. If he performed that tackle 1 second earlier or 1 second later, or not even a second, a split second, half a second earlier or half a second later, that would have not happened. And his body jumped up like a chicken with its head cut off. Like his heart was stopped already. His heart is already stopped, but the body keeps moving because it didn't even realize that the heart had stopped. And then when the heart didn't get that pump up to the brain, his brain didn't get oxygen for that 2-second period of time, that was enough time for him to drop. Which is crazy. So
It's
they literally
insane.
brought him
Just
back
like
to life
that.
on the field.
Just like
like
that.
And I think they said that they had to hit him with the fucking
Yeah,
the defibrillator
they
at the
had to.
hospital again. Yeah. It's fucking crazy, man. This is
Insane
why-
world.
Life is too short, man. You could literally just like, you know, like you could just get hit in the chest and just fucking smoke weed. You know,
wait.
like don't.
Did you hear that?
No.
You didn't hear that? All right, who's the dipshit of the week?
Dipshit of the week is definitely fucking Moscow murder guy.
Moscow murder guy. Hold
Yeah,
on.
this is
What's his
why he's such a
name?
fucking-
What's his name again? I'm looking. I'm getting it right now.
Kleiner or something like that. Is that his name? Or, no.
Dickhead. What's his name? Let's see. I love how they just say suspects. Brian with a Y, so he's already a piece of shit.
Just be Ryan.
Koberger.
Just be Ryan.
Koberger.
Ryan Koberger is the dipshit of the week because he's a PhD student in criminology and he still couldn't get away with a fucking crime. You go to school to study fucking murderers and criminals and you haven't learned enough.
You should ask for your money back. Not only are you going to spend your life in jail, but you should be like, hey, I kind of didn't learn anything from you,
I would
so can
sue
I
the
get my
college.
money back? Please give my
Yeah.
money back.
Apparently they didn't teach him well enough to fucking not leave any evidence. And this is why he's a dipshit. Because did you hear how the girl described him? Like a fucking, like a burglar from an old ADT commercial. You know, like straight up from a 1980s fucking, like bug in
So,
a
like-
cop show.
Like I said before, he didn't have to go to school for this shit. He could have watched that movie Murder by Numbers, which is a much more detail of how, like in that movie, I remember scenes where they stole someone else's boots and used their boots outside the house. so it looked like that
See,
part. Like it was every
That's
little
more
detail.
evil genius. That's more evil
This guy left
genius.
behind the knife, the sheath of the knife that he used, and his fingerprint was on it. I'm glad he
could
did
have
it,
watched.
but
He could have watched. What was that thing? Something Citizen.
Criminal Minds, CSI.
Law and Order.
Mm.
He could. But what's that movie with Jamie Foxx and fucking Gerard Butler? Something Citizen, not Model Citizen.
Law-abiding citizen.
Law-abiding citizen. That guy was fucking methodical and diabolical, and he had a fucking real motive. 'Cause
Well,
his
yeah,
wife and daughter died in
yeah.
that home
Wasn't-
invasion.
And didn't he own the prison? Isn't that the big twist of the movie? The big spoiler is he actually owns the land the prison's on or something?
No, next to it. He had a warehouse next to it, and he could make a tunnel in and out of it.
Mm.
And you remember he kills the guy with the T-bone steak? He fucking orders the T-bone steak and says, I'll tell you where everything else is, and they fucking stabs the guy in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was sick. That movie was good. That was a good
Yeah,
fucking
it was a surprising good movie.
Well, this guy could have learned from a lot of other shit. So
Yes.
That's why he is dipshit of the week, because he fucking doesn't know shit. He went to school for nothing.
And he killed people. And he's a piece
He
of
killed
shit.
people, yeah. I'm sorry I left that out.
But I mean, I wonder if there's actually a motive, but that doesn't. I don't know.
He was just a psycho. And
We don't know that
his
yet, but-
Motive, his motive was his obsession with crime, because that's what. Why would he? Listen, this is the thing. The only other thing I could think is that he fucking had an obsession with one of these girls, one of these college girls, in the house, and maybe one of them was killed. Maybe he had like a relationship with one of them. You know how these fucking Gen Z motherfuckers are fucking more than anybody else is, with no, seemingly with no fucking, you know, actual idea of any sort of repercussions. And it could be that. I don't think so. I think he picked the house because he was like, yo, easy to get into. I'm obsessed with crime. Let's see if I could do it. This is a party house, and they relatively leave the doors fucking unguarded. And it's mostly girls who live in the house. So it's an easy fucking target. So if I'm gonna practice, I might as well practice on these fucking soft college girls who don't know how to protect themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you see this the Delphi murder of the hikers, the two young girls that were hikers that were murdered in 2013, I think.
Yes.
They
yes.
finally caught the guy, or
Yes.
2014.
I remember they found their bodies in like
2017,
some park,
excuse
right?
me.
In some
Yeah,
state
off a
park or
hiking
something.
trail. So they arrested the guy. Finally, they caught the guy. I guess everything matches, and they found the gun that matches. He still had it apparently.
Yeah.
And
I
now
saw that also.
I don't know how this is, what's true and what's not, because this is from the Daily Mail. But apparently it was a sex ring and not just one person. And one of the original suspects is still linked to the case somehow, because he used a fake Facebook profile, a Tinder profile that the other guy also used.
See, I didn't hear this. So there was like
Once
a human
again, this is
trafficking ring.
so I was digging right now to bring it up and trying to find a recent article about it to see if there's any update. And this is from the Daily Mail, and you can't really always trust the Daily Mail. They're kind of
they're
shitty.
sketch. Yeah.
But this is from December. I'm trying to find anything to also say the same things, but like to, what's the word I'm looking for? To verify. But I don't see anything. So I'm not even going to bring it up. Fuck it. If I find
they
out
did
more.
catch that guy. Yeah,
did.
almost 10 years later, 9 years later. Listen, you know what? Like in today's day and age, you know, science, you know what I mean? Like you can't get away with a lot of that shit if you leave any evidence behind.
The bullet
You know what I
found
mean?
next to where their bodies were found matched his gun, so that's how they were able to do it officially.
Listen, if you're gonna shoot someone to death, pick up your fucking shells. Don't leave your shells, you idiot. You fucking idiot. They will find the gun, and unless you fucking throw it into the middle of some fucking raging river, they will find that fucking gun somehow. No one's immune to like
Listen.
the methods that they have.
Unless
today
you're in a
to
big
fucking
city,
cover.
because if you're in a big city, you could throw your gun over any drawbridge and no one will ever fucking find it because there's a million guns under there. But
I always wanted to. You know what I wanted to do? I always wanted to go magnet fishing.
Okay, so John had one. I don't know if he ever went, but he bought like a high-powered magnet and left it at the studio. I think he took it now, but yes, I've seen videos where people find guns, they find all this crazy shit. They find Rolexes, they find all crazy stuff that fell out of someone's hands or was thrown into the water.
I have one for work that's like supposed to be for like a level. It's like it's a ring magnet, but it fucking bombs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's hard to take off once it's stuck to something made of iron or steel.
Yeah.
It is very difficult. You got to sort of slide it sideways to get it off. And I was thinking about just like, strolling around because there's fucking canals everywhere here in Florida. Everywhere. And I was like, what if I just like walked over this concrete overpass over this canal and just dropped it over and just sort of dragged it across and then see what came out of it. Most of the time it's probably going to be like a bicycle or some shit like that. You know what I mean? But I'd also be afraid of losing the magnet itself because I really like this fucking magnet. This magnet helps me find so many screws. Like I literally, I lost this metal piece to my tool, and like if I just put a string on it, I'll just drag it across the bag and it'll suck. It'll go plink, and I'm like, there it is, and there you go, the nut's back in the fucking tool. You know what I mean? So I don't want to lose the magnet. Although I'm pretty sure I could buy another one, but I've grown fond of this one.
It's your magnet. That's why it's your special magnet.
My special magnet.
It's your special magnet. On that note, thanks for watching the Dumbfounded Dipshits podcast. I am stoned as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you on Wednesday.
We're gonna have something for Wednesday. I promise.
Today's what? Sunday? Wow, I thought it was Wednesday.
Maybe I'll be toasty with you.
What does that mean?
I'll get a little stony.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I didn't. I was like, what?
Because you're toasted, my friend.
Yes, bro. Have a good night,
Later,
everyone. Thanks for
dipshits.
watching. Like, subscribe, and